Hello YouTube, Dom here. This is going to be another philosophy video. I did another one maybe 4 or 5 months ago on why I carry knives, and this is just going to broaden that perspective, and it's going to be the EDC concept and what it means to me, and why I think other people should not adapt, not my policies, but how I look at it and just adapt it for their lifestyle. We're going to start off by talking about what EDC means to me. EDC, the abbreviation, it means Everyday Carry System. And I define that as a group of tools that a person carries to tackle the tasks for that day. That's how I define it. That might not be what you define it, might not be what the world defines it, but for me, that's how I define it. It could be right, who knows. And now we're going to roll into why I have one. I developed one when I started getting into knives, and it was like, okay, I started using my low force cutlery blade for broadcasting, and that started crapping out on me. So I got a new blade, and I rolled into EDCing. I rolled into carrying every day, and then just looking up the blade, I ran into all these videos like, what is EDC? And then I started developing my own system, and it took me a while. It took me till the last month or so, month and a half, actually longer than that, probably the beginning of the summer, to get down to EDC that works for me 110%, where I can tackle any task that I run into that day, or feel like I might run into. It all depends on how you feel that day. So let's start off. Now we're gonna roll into. Well, that's why I EDC. Now we're gonna roll into the benefits of EDCing. The first benefit I believe that there is that you can be able to tackle any task that you had that day. Let's say, oh, I need to sign something, or I need to write down a receipt or write something down. Oh look, I have a pen with me. There we go, problem solved. Or I got this box cut open, I can't get it open now. Or perfect example, when you buy something and it's in those very annoying plastic packages, and you do not want to wait until you get home. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Like for example, the Kershaw knives, the little packages that they come in, like for example, the package the OD2 comes in. It doesn't come in a box like a Spyderco. It comes in one of those annoying fucking plastic wrapped packages, the hard plastic that you can't open up until you get home and use a scissor to cut open the box. Let's say you run into that. You could have something like this little Leatherman squirt, the little utility blade on it, cut the package open and get your item out. If you want it then, it all depends on you. Again, that brings it back to adapting it to what you want. If you truly feel that having a blade will make your life easier, then start carrying one. Unless you're legally able not to, there's no reason why you shouldn't carry it. There's no reason. Like, if you feel like it'll help you, my God, by all means, just go ahead and carry. You're not going to be judged for it, because you're going to be saving a lot of people's asses for when you have one. I used to get made fun of when I started carrying, and now everyone else started carrying. Big surprise, because it works. Alright, next subject. Oh, I forgot to say this. Another humongous benefit of EDCing is the fact that you tend to not forget anything when you eventually feels like, how should I put this? Okay. Most teenagers cannot leave the house without their cell phone. I tend to forget it sometimes. Oh well. But you tend to forget stuff a lot less. Like, okay, before you walk out the house, make sure you got your phone, your knife, your wallet, your keys, your hat, your glasses, watch, paracord bracelet, any kind of thing possible. And you eventually feel an empty space when you forget, and you're like, ah, shit, I gotta run back to the house and get it, because I feel empty with that. It's a need, and you just can't function. You can't imagine yourself functioning with that. That's another humongous benefit. You tend not to forget anything. So that's another consideration to make. Next subject is why everyone should have some type of EDC system when they're knowing about it. Like, okay, for guys, generalized EDC is wallet, keys, phone, sunglasses, hat, whatever, watch, that kind of shit. They have it with them every single day, and they feel weird without it. So, if you tell yourself, okay, if you start getting yourself into the habit of, okay, every single day, no matter what, I'm gonna have my wallet, I'm gonna have my phone, I'm gonna have my keys, I'm gonna have my sunglasses, I'll have my headphones, I'm gonna have my little Victorinox knife or whatever kind of blade you want to carry. If you do that for a month, and let's say for some strange reason you forget an item, you're gonna feel helpless without it. There we go again, rolling back into why I started it, or whatever the fuck I was saying before. I'm losing my own train of thought again. Okay, now we're gonna start rolling into my major point in this video: the types of EDCs. I think there's 3 types. There's the everyday citizen, which they don't carry any kind of weapon whatsoever. They just have their wallet, they just have ID, their keys, phone, keys, whatever. But they don't have anything like a knife or a gun. That's an airsoft, by the way. It's not real. I'm not allowed to own a gun yet. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get a shotgun. That'll be for another video. So let's start rolling in. Okay, so that's the everyday citizen style. Then there's your knife or your worker EDC. Some of them, like for me, I do broadcasting work. It has to do with a lot of stuff that it's a lot easier if you can cut it with a blade. That's why I started carrying a blade, and then originally used it for school, and then I realized that school, like I said before, it's for broadcasting only. Then I realized, wait a second, I feel empty without it. I started using it every single day, and it worked for me. And then it started not working for me when the blade got dull, and then I switched blades, and then eventually I got the tenacious, which works well for me. But for some people that might not work well, they might need something with a little more flexibility or easier to carry, so they might go with a Victorinox Pioneer, like this one, where it's got your blade, it's got a flathead driver, it's got a bottle opener, can opener, and a reamer for some reason. I don't know why that you need that every day, but it's there. Or that might not be enough for some people, and they might need something like this Leatherman. I always forget Leatherman squirt. When you have your drivers, your blade, your nail file, and more importantly, your pliers, all on this nice small platform. Then again, that might not be enough for some people, and they might want to go with something like this, the Gerber suspension, where you got all the tools you possibly would need: scissors, knife, drivers, saw, pliers, wire cutter, stripper, everything. And they have all that with them. That might be, let's say someone doesn't need all those tools, but they don't want to carry something as big as a tenacious. They want something where they can seal it easy. So they might get something like this, Crusher OD2, which is probably a little more than half the size of the tenacious. So that might work for them. It all depends on what you think you're gonna need. And the third EDC style, let me go back on the blade subject real quick. This might not be enough for them. Let's say they live in a bad neighborhood and this is just not threatening enough. You might get something along the lines of this, Cold Steel Recon 1. Very threatening blade, very good defensive weapon. So this might work for them. It's a little bit bigger, but it's got a nice thin profile, and if you carry it like I do in the inside of your pants, it disappears. But you know it's there sometimes I feel empty if that's not with me. Like if I'm in a bad, like if I go somehow drift to a bad neighborhood, or if I'm on the subway and there's just freaky people around me, I feel like, okay, I really need that Recon 1 on me right now, and it makes me feel safe. I might not never need it. They could just be freaking looking people that scare the crap out of me, but they won't do anything to me. That's life. So I might not need it, but I'd rather have it with me just in case if I need it. Now the third type of EDC, well, there's actually now a fourth one that I just thought of in my head as I'm doing this. You might be one of those people. This is not woman related with the purses, because that's the same concept as this. You might need to carry a bag, like I do. I don't carry it every day. I carry it when I need it. So when I go on the subway, I grab it, or if I'm taking a long trip, I grab it with me, because whatever I think I'm gonna need on a long trip is in here. I got the Nutri-Grain, the Nature Valley bar in here. I got a bunch of crap like that in here. So this makes my life easier when I go places that are far away. It's there if I need it. Whatever's in there, I know it's in there, obviously. So whenever I need something, it's in there. So nothing really else to say about the bag. You just have to adapt your EDC to your lifestyle. If you think you need it, even the slightest thought, unless you can't do it legally, like I said before, you should definitely do it. If you don't like it, change it. There's a lot of options out there. For like the knives, for example. If you don't like the bulkiness of the Tenacious, but you want something very defensive, you can go with the Recon 1, which is nice thin profile. But if you don't need it for defensive purposes, you just need it for a cutting task, you might be good with something a little bit small like the OD2 or Spyderco Ladybug. Something along the lines of that size where it's 2-inch blade. So yeah, there's just so many options, and it just makes, I know it makes my life a lot easier knowing that I have a little blade on me. Even sometimes I could go a week without having to cut anything. But then I don't want there to be that day where I haven't used it in a week, I'm just gonna leave it at home. And then I run across a task where I need the knife and I don't have it on me because I left it at home, because forget it, I haven't used it in a week, so I'll just leave it at home. No, I want to be prepared every single day for whatever happens. Now, I'm not saying to over-prepare yourself and have a gigantic backpack with your whole entire house packed into it where you could survive 3 days. That's too much for me, in my opinion. Way too much. But then again, it's my opinion. If that works for you and you do not mind and carrying all that crap around, by all means, go ahead. You'll probably help someone with something like that. And what else do I have to talk about? I think that's about it. I think we're wrapping it up here. Yep. So that's about it for my EDC philosophy video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please write a comment, even if it's just about the quality of the video and me talking to the camera. Because I know I'm screwing up a lot, but I finally got through it. I want to just get it over with and upload it, because I don't want to make it perfect, because I'll be here all day. And I don't have that kind of time. So don't just give me the thumbs down and forget about it. I want to hear you guys' opinions. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. So just leave a comment, please. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything wrong. I think I probably am, but I don't know what it is. Or tips, anything to make my videos better. Because if there's a way to make it better, I'll take this crap down and I'll upload a brand new version with your suggestions. Because this is a very sensitive, it's not a sensitive topic, but it's a pretty big topic. And it doesn't generalize just to knife people. It doesn't generalize just to gun people. It generalizes to every single person in a civilized society. Even in a non-civilized society, but they went heaven and that, so it doesn't really matter right now. It applies to everyone, and it may broaden people's perspectives like the EDC videos did for me. It helped my life immensely, and now I cannot imagine life without my knives, without my EDC. I just can't imagine it. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as it tortured me making it, because I have no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, more videos coming up. My birthday's coming up, so there'll be a lot of crap like that. A lot of unboxings. I got a couple shipping in order now from CountyCom and NRA. As you can see, I joined the NRA. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.